Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? This is Rachel. Someone give me a thumbs up. Bonzi, are you on? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
We can hear you, Rachel.
Hear me? All right. Steve had something come up last minute. He's going to be joining shortly as soon as he gets in front of his computer, but I'm going to go ahead and kick things off. And then he's going to jump in as soon as he gets online. So we wanted to go over a few. I'm sorry. We wanted to go over a few things today just to kind of refresh everyone's mind about some of the features that we've got on the website and point out a few new things that we've got that have just come out and that have also that are coming soon. So I'm admitting people as we go here. So if you I've got multiple windows here. So up on my screen right now, I've got our demo site. This is where we show off new features, and we also kind of test some new things too. So I thought I'd take you through. A lot of people have missed a few of the features we've launched recently, so I wanted to point these out. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm already logged into my account. The one of the newest features that we added is what we call the Easy Link Uploader. I'm going to go ahead and show you how that works. This is an uploader that allows you to really easily connect your smartphone, and it pulls pictures right into the site for uploading. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Everybody see me okay? Let's see. So on my screen, I've got a new collection. And I'm gonna click upload. So we've got these three options here. And the My Computer is your standard kind of upload. And then the mobile device is, oh, it skipped. I was already connected. It skipped it. Let me see. Try this again real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload photos. So then it gives me this option. And if you are in our user enhancements bundle, you'll see this option to the left, which is the mobile number. If I put my phone number in here, it'll text me a link, and I tap the link, and then it'll open the browser. So I'm gonna do the same thing. So I've got my phone here, and I'm opening the camera to put it on that QR code. And what it's gonna do, if you can see that, it opens this upload screen and then allows me to add photos from my library. I'm gonna pick, let's see, I've got 18 picked here, and go ahead and add that. So it's established this link, and it's gonna pop the photos right in. So this is real time, and this is uploading, these are just iPhone photos. You can kind of see it going through here and going into the, so those are, 2 to 6 megabyte images. So now that I've got them in here, I can proceed with my order as normal. One of the things I wanted to show you while we're in here is a feature that gets honestly way more usage than we thought it would, which is the editing feature. We use a company called Imagely. And when you click the image, bounce out into their app, and you can apply all these different filters and text and any number of things, stickers, messages. The text is pretty neat. So, you can make a really interesting card this way. This is great for save the dates. It's good for invitations. It's good for birthday parties. You kind of take any picture and make it into some unique content. And then when you save, you can choose to save a new copy or replace. I always like to keep my originals original, so I save a new copy. And then from here, you can do anything with this photo that you do with anything else. So that's a neat feature. While I'm on this page, I also want to point out the shared collection. Now, if you missed this, it was sort of a bullet point in one of our releases, and we didn't really go into it a lot. But it's this shared set of photos. So the dealer, so in this case, I'm the dealer of this demo site. I've created a collection, and I want to share it out to all my customers. So when my customers come into the website, they'll all have this album here. So we've heard a lot of, I haven't heard many people who have been using this, so I feel like it got a little bit overlooked. So if you guys can, I'm hearing some feedback. So in my case, you know, if this was my dealer and I'm in the DC area, I might put in some, you know, touristy shots of DC. So when people, you know, visit and they want to make something with, you know, if you're in a touristy area, touristy photos, this is perfect. Another great use of this is for those of you who cater to high school. So great for graduation books. Actually, I've heard graduation books a lot this year. I think that must be kind of a newer thing. Of course, the yard signs, graduation announcements. So get a photographer from your staff or a local photographer and get them to take some good stock shots of your local high school, you know, the front of the school, their logo, that kind of thing. And you can organize, you can put as many collections as you want in here, but you know, you could organize it by school. So when the mom comes in to make the grad card or the poster, you know, they have a few pictures of the kid, but then you can also have, you know, the school information too. So that's another idea. You could potentially use this to advertise as well. You know, maybe you want to point out all your promotions that you're running. You don't want people to miss it when they upload their photos. You could put, you know, click here for promotions and use this as a really quick way to communicate some of, you know, your latest and greatest products or, you know, sales or whatever you have going on. So the shared collections, if you go to, I'm on our website now. Let's see, I've got this one. Under the photo finale 15 notes, there is a graphic under here. So it describes it, but then if you click on this graphic, it kind of gives you a visual of this feature and how to do it and how to set it up on your site. So I recommend you take a look at that. It's as easy as making a store account, and then you grab this set of letters and numbers, we call it a token, and paste it in My Lab, and then it'll show up. I definitely recommend naming it well and putting a good description there, because when somebody logs in, they expect to see their photos. If they see this stock collection, they may be confused. So it's a good thing to describe it, what it is there. So I recommend you take a look at that. Back on Photo Finale, I'm going to show you another upload feature here. And this is our cloud storage upload feature. So when they log into here, you can now connect into Facebook, Instagram, Google Photos, Dropbox, all these storage spots for photos. So if they have photos already stored on one of these services, they can pull them in and order from them on the Photo Finale site. So Unsplash is sort of the difference here. And this is a stock site. You guys are probably familiar with it. And you can search for pictures here, and they can use these in their project. So this is another sort of idea, you know, when it comes to filling up a book. Maybe you went to Paris, but you didn't get, you know, didn't get a great shot, and they want to include this. This is a really nice way to include some, you know, professional shots. Also good to use for backgrounds, you know, backgrounds in a photo book, that kind of thing. So that is the cloud storage feature. Let me make sure I've got everybody admitted here. Okay. Let's see. So once I, so of course, then, you know, they can continue on their order as normal. Another sort of feature we've added, really haven't announced it. It's just been sort of word of mouth at this point, but we'll get something official together. We have launched some occasions pages. And these are pages you can contact your sales rep for the details on pricing, but we're selling them as a bundle of quick, easy add-on pages. So this is great to do for Father's Day. Let's see, I'm not sure they're linked on this site. You can,
Rachel Bedford Fix has it.
okay. Okay, so special Steve, hi.
Hi.
So
Sorry, late, guys.
the special occasions tab. So we've got a kind of a really nice page to link to when you're advertising for these occasions, sort of another way to get to the same products, but you're framing it in kind of more of a story way, which I think helps for shoppers. Also a really nice link to get out there for SEO, something for Mother's Day, Father's Day. I'll show you all of them. So this is Mother's Day. They're all very similar in kind of how they're laid out, but they've all got coordinating graphics. If you have a place where you can download these graphics to use on Facebook, so you can kind of tie everything together with the same look. There's a Father's Day one, so that would be a great one to add coming up. And graduation, of course. We've got a whole set of these. We've got grandparents. There is a Grandparents' Day. I think it's in September. So that one, and wedding, good anytime, and pets, of course, good anytime. And when you, pets is a great filler. If it's not an upcoming holiday, you can always talk about pets. People love getting stuff with their pet's picture on them. Of course, there are a lot of products that you can buy, like bandanas and collars and bowls, but most people really, when it comes to ordering stuff for pets, a mug, a coaster, it's the other kind of stuff they put the pet's photo on. So don't forget about those kinds of products when we're talking about.
What I like to say is, for pets, it's pictures of pets, not for pets, when you're advertising for pets. And the great thing about the pet.
Hello, how are you? Good, how are you?
Not too bad.
Good.
Hi, good. There you go. For pets and grandparents pages, those are good ones to advertise in between holidays. So after graduation and Father's Day is done, in between the summer months while you're getting there, is a good time when you're sending an email out just celebrating your pet, because it doesn't have to be an actual pet day. And just use it as filler advertising out in the market.
Yep. Steve, you want to take it, or you want me to?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I went over I don't know at what point you came in. I went over the uploader.
Did you
and
go
the
to Unsplash?
shared collections. Yep, we talked about Unsplash.
Okay, that's the big thing. The great thing about the Unsplash, if you guys haven't done it, I don't know what kind of example you did, but
Click back on it.
what's that?
I'll go ahead and click back on it while you're talking.
Yeah. So the great thing about this is people can develop cards and calendars, save the dates without having to actually have artwork necessarily for their thing. They can also, when they're going to make a collage wall, if anybody can see my picture, behind me, I have a collage wall. It's one of my favorite products. They can have that trip to San Francisco or Rome or wherever they went, and they can Google in Unsplash the Colosseum, or the Parthenon if they're in Athens or whatever, and they can then pick a photo to make the hero shot in the middle of the collage or the middle of the group shot, and then add to the thing. Same for photo books. Maybe they're making a photo book of their trip to Rome, and they didn't get the hero shot of the Colosseum, and they need to get a hero shot. They can do this. So the way they know about this, though, is by you talking about it, by you putting Facebook posts, by you putting videos of how people use your services that are free to them in their projects. So that's a great thing about the Unsplash. And what's going to be coming down the pipe by the end of summer, we will have over 300,000 pieces of artwork built in for free into our system, royalty free. And what that'll be is people will be able to do things like an impressionist, or they want pictures of fox hunting, or they want Van Gogh, or they want Monet, and they'll be able to type in those people get photos of that, and then use them on coasters, use them on posters, use them to decorate their home. A lot of people will probably use this to do work with interior designers, and this will all be royalty-free, all built into your system.
Steve mentioned collage wall. This is a new thing that we've added, and in Canada we have Don's Photo filling this. And I'll go ahead and show you this. Let's see. I'll go back to Bedford's.
Yeah, I always pick on them in demonstrations.
Collage wall. So this is a system that you can get in a metal or hardboard, and the customer comes in, uploads their pictures, and picks a wall display, drops their pictures in so they see the whole thing at once. And then the order goes, is outsourced, printed, and delivered. And what they get in the box is everything they need to hang it up really even. You can see Steve's, if Steve managed to hang it evenly, anybody can.
People say it's the only thing I ever did straight.
It comes with this template and directions and a little mini printout of what they designed originally. And they take these pegs and put them in, here's a better shot, put them in the hole according to, or in the spot marked on the template. And then the panels have this special hanging system on the back, and they just slide it in. And then some of the smaller pictures come with these stands in the back. And we've added in addition to the whole collage, you can buy replacement panels. So if you want to swap out, you know, the boyfriend, ex-boyfriend for the new one, you can just order one panel and swap it out. So that's a good follow-up sale to a lot of, if you have people buying collage wall, remind them that they can get replacement panels on the site too. So I'll show you what one looks like here. So they pick their, they kind of go by the space that you have in your, you know, in your wall. Let's see, I didn't upload any. This one's still loading. So they can see the whole, you know, the whole wall at one time. It's still auto loading my big picture here. And then all these are specifically designed to have 1 inch in between each picture. So it makes a nice, you know, nice way to display a whole wall. And they're always smaller than you think. You always have people have to measure their spot. And you always need to get it bigger than you think. So this is a nice way to have a big display without needing an enormous picture to fill it. You can fill it with smaller ones. So that if you don't offer collage wall already and you want to, you can find the information on our website.
Now, the good thing about collage wall is this is your B2B option. Every car dealership, every dentist office, every construction office, they could have a collage wall showcasing their products like you can see on the left. That is something they want. Every school can do this with the kids and the students, and they put the school logo right in the middle. So don't just think of this as the home. This is your B2B project that makes it easy for them to deal with and lay out. So you already went over Imagely as well?
Yep, we did. Yep, we talked about Imagely.
Okay, great. Did you mention the numbers in Imagely?
No, I did not have that information. I just said more than we thought. You know the stats better.
So here's the great thing about Imagely, the image editor from our system is pre-COVID, about 19,000 a month, 19,000 people a month were using the Imagely/Picnic. If you remember, we used to have Picnic built into our system, or PicMonkey rather. And they're using it about 20,000, 19,000 people a month. At the end of 2021, there was 130,000 impressions per month of people using Imagely in our system. it has become a place where people play and they goof around with photos and they want to do more with their images. So certainly talk about it. It's a uniqueness in our system that your customers may not know how to do things like add a rain effect or change and add some fun text or whatever they want to do. You would not believe how many people like the light leaf feature. I don't know. I never liked light leaf, being in the photo business for a long time. Text features used quite often to do Christmas cards and all the such. So anyway, the idea of Imagely is make sure you're talking about it, make sure you're letting your customers know it exists, have examples of things that you and your staff have done, and then post them to Facebook. For example, if you're having a wine event in the store, which I don't know if anybody does anymore post-COVID, but if you're having an event in the store, go on Unsplash, get a photo of wine, go into Imagely, add some text, make the invitation, and then send that out to people. The other thing is make a video of people downloading images. If you go back real quick go back to your main screen here. Select a photo. You can download this photo right now. The customer can actually download the photo. Now imagine they used Unsplash to create a party invitation with a combination of Imagely, and then they saved that photo out, and then they pasted that to Instagram and Facebook for their friends as their party invitation. And they did that all within your site. That's important, right? That gets them playing in your site. So when they go to print things, you're there and you're available for them. So also encourage that idea, that our site is not just for ordering pictures, it's for playing with photos, doing things with images, and then printing it out or downloading it. So before we move on to any other sections, does anybody have any questions? You can unmute yourself and just go ahead and pipe up. You know me, I like to be interrupted. I know for sure Dave Parson or Lynette are going to yell at me about something. So I can see you at the top of my list right there.
What are you saying, Steve?
Just I know your type. So any questions, anyone? No? Okay.
Steven,
Okay, go ahead.
what's the at the bottom of the standard print list? What's the digital for?
So this is a product that a lot of people have put in place, which is the ability to get a digital file saved out rather than a printed file. So if somebody wanted to take their iPhone, for example, and upload all their images to your website, order some 4x6s, but also get a digital copy, they can do that. And through our pricing systems, you could charge $10 for like a USB stick. That could be your digital option. We now also have the media savings that's built into the website and kiosks, but that's a way that a lot of people have put it in place previously. So essentially, this just lets you know, hey, this guy wants a digital copy on a USB stick or CD, however you sell it.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So,
So
what else? Go ahead.
are we allowed to ask, like, is now the right time to ask questions about some of the technical things with the kiosks and uploading, or should I save those for an email later?
No, let's get it all out there. If you have the question, other people are thinking it. So let's talk.
So when our customers are logging in on the new kiosk profile, which we absolutely love, and it's working really great in our store and it's so streamlined, but they're logging in under their user account, they're going to their mobile device, they're thinking they're uploading these photos right to their account, they're ordering their pictures, then they go to log in later and none of those pictures are on their account.
Yep. So this is something we're working on right now. At issue here is the complicated world we live in now of privacy and something called GDPR and the CCSA and all these, and Castle Doctrine in Canada, which has to do with how terrestrial machines in a device in a place like yourselves are allowed to upload. So we have to create a mechanism to give the customer the authority, a place for them to say, yes, put this in my account. And that's just something we haven't implemented yet. So the only reason why it's not implemented right now is we just haven't done that part. And that will be done very shortly. I assure you it's something we're focused on. If somebody wants to put images in an account now, they would have to do it in a web browser or in their phone and then use the kiosk.
Is there any way to have like a little like pop-up when it does that to just say, warning, these will not be permanently saved to your account, just available for today's order?
That's not a bad idea.
Just because it would alleviate that, because we had to explain, we had a customer come in and do like 2,000 photos. He sat here for 4.5 hours.
Oof.
And we didn't know that that was a problem. And it wasn't a good scenario.
Yep, I think that's a.
But if
that's
we had a
good-
little pop-up and you had to okay before it proceeded, then the customer would have, if they don't read the box, then I can give them crap, but I don't
I
want to
think,
give
I
them
think,
crap.
I think we can put something like that in place for sure.
That would be awesome.
Yep, that's a great suggestion. And then ultimately, we will have it so that the kiosks will save to your online account, but right now we don't.
One more question here. Hi,
Sure.
it's Sarah. It's not Tony today. Tony's got a ton of meetings, so I'm here just kind of monitoring and watching everything and learning. It looks like there are 2 questions in the chat. One is from Rick Clare, and it says, how do you set this up? By this, I think he was referring to Imagely because that's when the question came up. And the next one was from Wendy, and it says, how do we share an album with our customers?
So first question we can answer very easily. So we have something called subscription bundles. If you go to that page real quick, Rachel. We have a couple bundles. One is the user enhancement bundle, and this comes with a lot of features and functionality. It starts at $15 a month, and one of them is the Imagely system. So if you want the Imagely system, you want to have text messaging. I think the other things are increased upload sizes, easy link upload to have text messaging as well. And then the cloud storage access system, the Unsplash, the Facebook, the Google Photos. That's all built in user enhancement bundle. You just need to subscribe to that. If you haven't subscribed, you just email our sales team at sales@phototonight.com and say, I'd like to subscribe, and then we'll subscribe you.
You can do it right from this page too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. You can do it right in the bundle form. That's right. Because Rachel automated it.
Perfect.
So you can do it right here if you want, if you haven't subscribed. You can check and see if you subscribe by going on the My Lab, and then you would be able to see what if you see at the top left right there on the dashboard. This one's subscribed to the user enhancement bundle and the shipment and delivery bundle. So the other
Okay.
bundle, shipment and delivery, you want to make sure you're registered for if you do a lot of shipping, because it does address verification. And with shipping, the #1 problem is address verification. So if you're doing a lot of shipping, you want to make sure you subscribe to that bundle. If you're not doing a lot of shipping, you probably don't need to do that. How do you share an album? So if you're inside the account, Rachel's showing you right here. She's going to sign into an account. So you have to be signed in. You probably spelled your name wrong.
Yep.
All right. So once she's signed in, just a second. Rachel has a lot of photos. So when you're in an album, you simply hit the share button, which is the arrow at the top right. And you just click the recipient you want to go to. And that'll share that link. Now, if you want to, for each album, go to album collection settings in the bottom, Rachel. This is where you change the privacy and sharing and whether there's watermarks. So here's a cool thing. If you're a photographer and you share out an album and you have watermarks turned on, the people you share with will not be able to download those photos and will only have a watermark. So that's a little known thing. So you can see the watermarks you just put on this thing. So, but if you go back in there, you can change share with everyone. You can have the privacy settings. So it's private, accessible only to people you share with. Put a password on it if you want. And then there's a direct link you can use. So a lot of wedding photographers or professional photographers will use this to share out a link. Let's say you shot a 5K race. Maybe you share out the link to the 5K race to everybody there. So this is a way to do collection sharing. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yep. You're welcome. So any other questions anybody has?
I've got one thing to point out for the photo source group. When when you have your main, everyone should double check their order prints button up here on your main site. It should link to the main page of your Photo Depot site like this one. A lot of these have older links. As I've hit on the sites, I've let people know they should correct it, but that's something you want to make sure is not pointing people too deep into the site. Otherwise they'll miss some of your, your front page marketing and products. So double check that.
So, all right, so another thing, so before we have any more questions, does anybody have any more questions before I move on?
So just one thing that Cole brought up behind me is on the kiosk, some of our customers are getting confused by the print now button on our kiosk versus the like checkout button, you
The
said?
next
Or
button.
the next
If
button?
they scroll down, the next button gets hidden.
Yeah, if they
And
scroll
then
down,
all
the
they
next
see is
button gets
print
hidden.
now. It's specifically when they hit checkout, it'll show the cropping,
Yeah.
and then you can hit next. But if you scroll down to look for your cropping, the next button disappears. And a lot of our customers, instead of hitting the next button, or if they're not familiar with it, they'll just hit the print now. It'll go to the beginning, and then they're stuck. And they don't
Yeah,
understand.
we can change that button for you. We have had that comment before, and what a lot of dealers have changed this to is they've either removed it or they've changed it to wheels, motions, or upload. So we can, however you want to customize it.
That's a good idea.
Okay, awesome. We'll talk about that, Rachel, and we'll get back to you. That's super
Yeah, just
silly.
shoot me an email.
You're awesome. Thanks.
If anybody has a comment, you can just send the email to support saying, I'd like to change the print now button to something else, or I'd like to have it removed. That
Or
goes-
add it.
Or add it, if you'd like to. I personally like the print now button. I know
Yeah,
it caused some confusion in the on the kiosk, but the idea that a customer comes to the site and just wants to print, you want to make that the first primary function they have to be as simple as possible. But again, that
we changed to upload and print on some. We can also hide it on the kiosk if you like it on the website, but not on the kiosk. So
yeah, very flexible. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move into something else, but we can go back and ask questions about anything else as we go on. We're announcing as of today that we have a new international prestige canvas catalog that is going to be releasing in Canada, which will include framed canvas and canvas of lots of sizes, and also framed posters of lots of sizes, and we're going to be putting that out there for you guys to register for. The advantage of this catalog is the pricing is based on our wholesale pricing internationally with the client that we're using. The quality is extremely high. They manufacture their own canvas, from buying their own cotton to coating the cotton and using reclaimed wood on the stretcher bars. So if you do canvas in-house, you should keep doing that. If you don't do some types of canvas in-house, you can use this. If you don't do any canvas in-house, we're going to highly recommend this for you guys. For example, a 16 by 20 canvas delivered to your store or to your customer's home is going to be $32, which you commonly are selling now for $69. So you're about making 100% markup of 50 points on the order, and you're not going to have to do anything. No labor, no inventory of canvas, no shipping. It'll all just be built in. So we're going to be publishing that catalog at the end of this meeting, and you guys can decide to subscribe to it or not. I do recommend it for anybody. It goes up to 60 by 40. So if you do smaller canvas in-house but need a catalog for a larger canvas, this is a world-renowned canvas provider. Actually, the company that did this invented the giclée print. It's the same company doing this, invented giclée printing overall. So this is going to be a phenomenal product, and it's delivering out of Vancouver for people on the East Coast, West Coast, and delivering out of Barrie for people on the East Coast. So it's delivering out of 2 facilities, whichever is closest to you, it will ship from. The SLA in-house will probably be about 3 days, and then shipping takes whatever it takes. But shipping will be bundled into the price. We will expect that catalog by the end of the year to include metal and acrylic in the same fashion with shipping included. But it's going to start with just canvas for now. Oh, sorry, canvas, blankets and pillows. There'll be blankets and pillows as well. Built into that. And the blanket price is just astounding. Again, I think a 40 by 60 blanket is going to cost $32 delivered in Canada. That's a pretty good price, pretty good market you can put on that. Another thing we would like to talk about is we've had a lot of complaints about one of our existing wholesale marketplace partners in Canada. And we've heard the complaints, and we have launched with a new partner in Canada called Advertech, which I think some of you guys have seen. As we're going through this week and we talk to people about our new Canvas catalog, the Advertech catalog is now available. It can do everything basically that you don't do in-house, that you don't want to buy products for, like from the sublimatable products to photo books to whatever you have. If you want us to take a look at switching you from our previous provider to the new Advertech platform, they're a PhotoSource vendor. They're built in. They're billing you right through PhotoSource. We've had good responses for people who use them, and we are highly recommend switching. We're going to go through and contact all of you and do a refresh on your site. We'll talk about things like the Print Now button. We'll talk about your existing printing vendor. We'll talk about the new Canvas vendor, and we'll see what changes you want to make. And we're going to go through and reset all PhotoSource members starting next week. So Tony's going to give us a priority list. So if you want to be higher on the priority, argue with Tony. And then we're going to go through, and we will get to everybody as we go through and help you reset your categories, your vendor partners, and also your just your look and feel of your website. Give it a little bit of a refresh and an update. All of that will be done zero cost to you, unless you want to add some specialty pages, as Rachel talked about before. Does anybody have any questions about Advertech or Prestige International? I don't know if you have anything to show on Prestige International, Rachel.
Going back to the Canvas option, Steve, will there be a full price list available somewhere that we can check out?
Yeah, I'm going to post it to PhotoSource probably by tomorrow, and it'll be in Canadian dollars. All prices will include shipping.
So is there somewhere we can order sample?
Yep, you'll be able to order a sample. Right now, you could order it on. If you wanted it, you could just go on. Just email me, and I'll tell you where to order.
Okay.
For the public. The quality. There's two types of canvas. There is what they call a matte canvas. Then they have one that's a little higher gloss. It's a higher contrast. It's kind of what iPhone users are used to now, that they have everything high contrast. I personally don't like it. I prefer the original real canvas. But there's two styles of canvas. There's two thicknesses of stretcher bars, and then every canvas can come with a framed in white, black, or espresso framing. Same with posters. And you'll be able to have a higher, you can choose anything, any combination there. And now the one cool thing about the canvas also is it comes with the branding on the outside, with full package branding and even stuffers on the inside. So if you have a big mail order business, you can actually advertise and put coupons in every box, and that doesn't cost you any additional money. But it will carry your brand and your name on it when it gets shipped.
And you said it'd be on PhotoSmart under what vendor?
Under us, it's a Photo Finale product.
Okay, thank you.
It will be slightly different though. It will be billable every Friday of shipment. So if something ships on a Monday, you'll be billed the following Friday. If something ships on Saturday, you'll be billed the following Friday. But you won't be billed until it's shipped. Any questions about Advertech? No? Good. Okay. Any other questions that we can go over? Any, something's been bothering you, things we need to improve?
Hey, Steve, John from Caledonia.
Hey, John.
How's it going?
Good.
Couple things with the kiosks. When they're working, they're working great, but when they don't, they're a real pain in the ass. We talked about some fixes back in the new year that I'm still waiting to see happen. One is the ability to import the photos from Lab 50 instead of having to go to Photo Finale to download the photos all the time if there's an issue.
So that feature works. You could go express. I think you're doing some express printing now.
I do both. I do it. I have the customers have the option to do express and standard fulfillment.
So your standard fulfillment can bypass the cloud and go local. I forget what that mode's called, Rachel, if you recall.
But when I'm still trying, every now and then I have an issue. I try to click on a photo to import it so I can work it myself, and I still can't do it.
Oh, do you mean, sorry, you mean within Print 50 the ability to
Yeah,
edit?
like we used to do with Lab 50. You used to be able to click on a photo and it would automatically upload.
That feature should be in the new version of Print 50.
So when's that coming?
It just released last week.
Okay.
Do you know if you have that version?
I haven't received any notice about a new version of Print 50.
Okay. We put an announcement on our, let's see, yeah, the Print 50 was posted on April 29th.
I didn't get any notice there's a new version to download.
Okay, so we want to download that version and then install it. Also, if you're not on the latest version of the kiosk, you probably want to look there. There's going to be a new kiosk published probably in the next couple of days. So I would wait if you don't have this version, so I'll just wait for the next version.
Okay, is the kiosk one going to address the issue with preview when you go to the preview screen and it's just the picture turns into just a sliver?
So yes, that is addressed in the new version.
Okay.
That has to do with the rotation flags being set incorrectly by the mobile device usually.
Okay. The next one is when I do an express order, sometimes the order won't print express. It lands up in Print 50 and then it's stuck there.
Yeah, I think we just got to get you in the latest kiosk.
So you think that's what it's all about?
Yep, I think it's all about just the latest version. And I don't know, Rachel, when we're pushing that out, if Jason's told you.
No, we may be able to do the current version that's not posted yet to solve those issues.
Okay.
And then we're going to post another final version after that. So there's an intermediary version that may be helpful.
Okay. So
I'll send you information, John.
Okay. So again, I always say this to Steve, but I don't know if Rachel and Matt ever get word of it, but I'm always very grateful for the work that Rachel and Matt do to help me out every now and then. So Rachel, I know my personal thanks to, help me out.
Anytime.
I always pass it on.
All right.
I never.
Okay,
I just take the cash.
Okay, I want to wait for the new releases. Then if there's any issues, I'll be in touch then again.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Rachel.
You're welcome.
Does anybody else have any comments or questions or something bugging them?
Yeah, I got one here.
Please, good.
I just had a customer, they uploaded a bunch of files from their phone and they uploaded them as HEIC files, but I don't believe that they can properly be, they work properly with the orders. The order immediately just went to an error and the order was placed, but we couldn't see it and they couldn't figure out what was going on. From my understanding, the website only accepts JPEGs, but for some reason they were still able to upload these HEIC files. Do you have any idea about any of that?
So we are compatible with HEIC in most respects. One of the issues with HEIC files is everybody's got a slightly different flavor, and sometimes like a Samsung phone or something will have an issue. Send that order number to our support team and we'll help you solve that problem for that particular order. So you're not going to lose that order. We can help you convert that order and get it printed. And then we'll find out what brand of phone was causing that problem and how the customer did it. Usually it has to do with a Mac customer that takes a HEIC file out of their iCloud onto a USB device and then goes to a PC to use the system. And then something happens with the resource fork from the Mac not getting put over. I don't know exactly what it is. But something happens there. That's usually the case. From the, some Wendy's asking, Foto can I be able to upload HEI files? Yeah, we do currently, when you're on an iPhone and you upload a HEIC file, it's converted to JPEG on the fly as you're using our system currently. And that's done automatically. The consumer doesn't have to do anything. That's done by the system. To answer Wendy's question. The newest feature, Mark is asking about the newest features for the kiosk and website. So the newest feature for the kiosk is the CD, DVD, USB burning, as well as updated scanners that are supported. Those are the big features for the kiosk. For the web, the next big feature for us is going to be a full film developing, uploading, and film purchasing system, including a formalized uploader that'll support our burgeoning film and scanning business, and that'll be out sometime in June. So that'll be the biggest feature for the web. The next biggest feature for the web is going to be a new feature, which is the ability to integrate the artwork of the world to royalty free. So we're going to have 300,000 pieces of art that we're going to add to our system to allow people to decorate their homes with, or really just decorate anything with the famous artworks of the world. So Monet's and you know, really anything. Even some of the coolest stuff my wife loves are like the Art Nouveau posters from Paris. You know, the old theater posters. So we all have all of those in our system. So you'll be able to decorate like a ballroom, or not ballroom, but like a billiard room in the basement or something like that. Rick's asking our official hours for tech support. We're officially 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're often available after hours, and then on weekends we monitor for emergencies. The best way after those hours to contact us is to email our support at fotofinale.com, and that's being monitored by all of us pretty much all the time, and we'll pick it up if you're having an emergency. If it's just a simple question, we'll let it sit until Monday. Any other questions, comments? So the things to take away from this are there are new outsourcing options in Canada that you could avail yourselves of. Talk to Tony about them. Tony's going to be sharing that with everybody. We're going to be going through and resetting everybody's website in the next weeks or so. So contact us and Tony if you'd like us to work with you. And then the other thing is, remember Imagely, Unsplash, and playing with photos and sharing with your customers on Facebook. Real quick, Wendy saying there are Dropbox HEIC files to upload to the Brave browser, but could not upload them. Yeah, so Wendy, this is what I was. Somebody took their HEIC files from their iCloud, more than likely, put them through Dropbox, and then we lost the resource for it. So what you need to do is on that end, either take them to the kiosk and do it through the kiosk, which supports the HEIC files, or convert them to JPEG using some third-party app. And there's lots of HEIC converters you can use. I don't know if anybody here wants to mention a converter that they like. But you could also take that through the kiosk, and that would work.
We're just using Photoshop to convert the HEICs.
Yeah.
And we charge for that.
Yep. Converting it, you know, Photoshop, you just create an action. That'll work fine. Great. Well, we're excited to upgrade you guys in the coming weeks. We're excited to help you with our new outsource partners if you're interested. And we'd love to hear from you directly if you have any comments or questions. Email Rachel, myself, Matt, Chris, whomever you talk to on a regular basis. And we really appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
It was awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.